Yo, 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 yo. What's good, people? It's your boy, Jason Gooner. You know what time it is, people. It's another match live. Watch along Concacaf Champions Cup second leg. We did the first leg last week on the late night in the Tuesday. We are back again 8 days later for the return leg. This one will be from Fort Lauderdale, Inter Miami hosting Vancouver Whitecaps. It is 2-0 right now on aggregate in favor of Vancouver. Of course, you know in CONCACAF they use the away goals rule. Interestingly, Thierry Henry was talking about that today on the post-match for that crazy Barcelona-Inter game, where he said that, it's a shame that Inter don't get any reward for scoring 3 goals today away from home. I disagree with him. I think that the away goals rule, in a way, is a bit weird for me. I don't know. I just prefer goals just count for goals. It doesn't matter where you are, because the context of the game might be different. So it is what it is. Anyway, we're not going to get into the away goals rule debate, but away goals are in use tonight. So why that is important? Miami was not able to get any away goals in the first leg. So any scenario tonight where Vancouver scores a goal, that simply means that at that point, Inter Miami would have to win the game by 3 goals to advance to the final. So that is where it's going to get tricky for them this evening. But as soon as you enter the building, people, we are on YouTube. So on YouTube, what you have to do to support the channel, right? That is to like the video, 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 like the video. We can't say that enough. Please do like the video. Once you have done that, people, we know that most of you avid football fans like myself, you probably discuss football a lot. If you do so, I'm sure you do so in groups, group chats, message boards, anything. Share the content as well in there. Let people know that there's a space out there where you can discuss football, and it is going to be some proper discussion, right? Jason Gooner TV is your place. Then please consider, if you're watching the content, if you're new to the channel, please do subscribe. It's just a way to make the channel grow. We're trying to do it organically, trying to grow this base with a bunch of football fans. We are about 1,600 strong right now. I want to definitely get that up to the 2,000, the 3,000, the 4,000 and beyond, right? So the way that that's going to happen, people, when you're new to the channel, please do subscribe to the channel. Turn on your bell notification so that when we do hit the live button, when we do drop content, whether it's a short or a video, you will be notified. All right, so now that that's out the way, people, let's deal with the matters at hand. The football, why we came. So Inter Miami versus Vancouver Whitecaps, second leg. We are going to break it all down for you before the match starts. We are about 27 minutes from kickoff right now, people. I have a poll in the chat, knowing what you know about the first leg, how the away goals rule go. I just asked a simple question: which team will make it to the final after tonight's game? There's obviously two answers: Vancouver or Inter Miami. So we'll be checking the poll, see what the people that tune in tonight thinking as far as who's going to win the game. But before any of that, people, let me just get on the screen for you guys. I will have the play-by-play going on screen for you if you guys want to just watch it that way. Of course, I'll do my best to commentate. It'll be a mix of commentary and, of course, just talking with the chat and everything. But we will try to make sure we follow the action as good as possible. All right. So yeah, tune in. It's gonna be a nice stream. Last week, I thought Vancouver were good value for their 2-0. Definitely were the more dangerous team. Inter Miami had possession, but it was not of much consequence what they were doing with the football. So I would say that it was definitely Vancouver's night. But these are the lineups, people. Inter Miami first. So interestingly, I did get a chance to watch some of the games on the weekend for Inter Miami. Well, I extended highlight really. And I noticed that a lot of the starting players didn't play. So Calendar, the reserve goalkeeper this season, started in the MLS. Ustari is back in goal for this one. Wiegand didn't start. Cello that plays on the right-hand side there. Falcon did start, but what came off early in the second half. Allen came off the bench in the MLS game, so they're back in this as centre-back pairing, and Jordi Alba at left-back. So that's basically the same defense and goalkeeper from the first leg. and the rest of the team as well is exactly the same as the first leg. Now, that's interesting because I did think that tactically there were some things that didn't really work out for them in this game. I thought Suarez and Messi up front never really got a chance to get the ball in any dangerous areas, or not enough times for me. There were just, one and two times I can remember where there was some link-up play. I think Alba had some joy on the left-hand side at times, but I think in this game today, Allende and Segovia are going to have to be way more into the game, because I don't think Messi and Suarez can be relied upon for the entirety of the game to be creating everything, right? I think Segovia, Allende, they have to take a much bigger role in the creativity department, just to combine some more with the likes of Messi and Suarez. Now, Vancouver, they similarly had a game on the weekend in the MLS, and they did make their rotations as well. The captain did play on the weekend, so did the goalkeeper. Ocampo also played on the weekend, but Johnson was substituted for the weekend game, and so was Blackman. Berhalter came in that game, didn't start, did get a goal as well, so that's 2 on the bounce now in the last 2 games, as he did score in the first leg as well last week. Kubas got the bench as well. He didn't start. They played Priso in that middle area. Vite came off the bench as well in the game in the MLS, but scored 2 goals off the bench, so he's in good form. I would say he's been the class, him and Berhalter, of the team, as well as, of course, the striker Brian White, who started off his season magnificent. I think he has 4 goals in this competition already. Sabi this time gets the start on the right. Very pacey player. Last time I remember Rios started. I thought Rios starting was more of a tactical situation because they do like to play with 2 wingers in their system. Rios not really a winger per se, more of a central player or attacking midfielder or a striker. So I think this is more orthodox, and I think the thinking behind this is probably to cause even more pressure on the transition, because Sabi and Ahmed, while not a speedster, does have good speed, and I think Sabi having that really scary speed on the right could cause some issues for Alba over there. Going to be Noah Allen pretty much having to pick up the slack when Alba goes forward, which I'm sure we will see today. Typically, you'll see Alba basically join into the midfield level or even as high as left wing when they're in possession. So I don't think that will change today. But yeah, those are the 2 starting lineups. So just 1 change from the first leg for Vancouver. That's Sabi on for Rios, and Miami forwarding with the same 11 players in the second leg. Now, as I mentioned, they both had games on the weekend. Inter Miami, they played Dallas and lost 4-3 in this game. But I want to show you how serious they took this competition here that they're playing tonight. Basically, an entire different backline except for Falcon, as I explained earlier. Ian Frey did start and have an assist in this game. Different midfielders as well: Aviles, Bright, Alfonso, Kremaski, Fafa Pico, Obando. So an entire different 11. Really made 10 changes from their Champions Cup game. And even when you look at the players that came off the bench, Allen, Redondo, Segovia, Allende, all starters. So it's basically when they're trying to get the game back under their control. They were up 2-1. They were up 3-1, sorry. And then literally after those substitutions, a lot of changes, they went through a spell where they concede 3 goals and lose 4-3. So Inter Miami, when you look at their previous games, their results, it's not looking good. 2 losses. They beat Inter, they beat Columbus, they drew with Chicago. Remember, they won the second leg in the Champions Cup. They drew in the MLS again, lost the first leg, and then they had a good run of games before that. But when you contrast that now with what Vancouver has been doing lately with their fixtures, you see nothing but green and black and gray, wins and draws. They beat Vancouver 3-1. And as I mentioned as well with them, for their roster, you see a lot of changes. The goalkeeper and the captain started, but all these other players on the back line, substitutes in terms of what they used in Champions Cup, the entire midfield substituted as well. And then Sabi played really well in this game, so he gets to start again. Rios, who started in the first leg, not starting today, and Nelson came on in the first leg but didn't start. So lots of changes made by both teams, just to show you emphasis of this competition and how important it is for the clubs to, put their best foot forward in it. They want to get to this final. Of course, the winner of Cruz Azul and Tigres awaits. We'll see that second leg tomorrow night, but tonight we will be focused on this one, the All MLS encounter, and tomorrow night will be the All Liga MX encounter. So that is basically the story behind the two teams going into the game. One team in a little bit better form, but of course there are some players on the Inter Miami side that would have been in much more perilous situations earlier in their careers, and they were able to come through. So let's see if they still have what it takes to get over the line. I must say though, Vancouver is one of the form teams in MLS currently. And if they play how they have been playing, it's going to be really difficult for Inter Miami not to concede tonight. And I think that's going to be crucial because, as I said, if they concede a goal, immediately their task becomes more difficult as they have to win the game by 3 clear goals. I can't stress that enough. So yeah, people, drop your thoughts in the comment section. Let me know if you guys think that Inter Miami will get the job done tonight, or if it is curtains for them going into this second leg. Let me do my job, people, and share the content. I wanted to start on time, but I did not really do my pre-show marketing. So let me do my job properly. Let me do my job properly here. Well, yeah, 2 teams. So my key players for tonight, I guess I'll just pick 3 from each team. So of course, goes without saying, the GOAT himself, Lionel, still has the capability in spells to change the game. We've seen him do it time and time again for Inter Miami now. Obviously I've done it before for other clubs, but yeah, he's gonna be a key factor tonight. I thought he was decent in the first leg. Dangerous when he got the ball in good areas of the pitch, but I think him getting the ball in good areas of the pitch was so few and far between that he didn't have the type of influence that you would really want him to have. It wasn't terrible though when you look at like the overall numbers of the game. So yeah, this was where he picked up the ball mostly and in that inside right channel. Don't really see him venturing all the way to the wing as much as earlier in his career, just because it's not obviously the physicality of going out wide and making the runs from really wide is not really there anymore. But his ability still to find the half space, and because his technique is so excellent, that bit of pace he may have lost, he makes up for it by pretty much always having, or most of the time, having clean touch on the ball. But yeah, he's still taking on players. Tried 9 dribbles, was successful on 4 of them. 76% passing. See, this is the stat where I think when he's really influencing the game, it's very rare for him to play an entire game and don't have a key pass. I think that was one of the things that I noticed when I was doing a little research about the stats and stuff for this game. I just wanted to see, like, statistically how he played, because I remember what he did in the game just watching it, but sometimes looking at the numbers too can help. So when I noticed that he didn't have any key passes, I said that's somewhere where you can know how big his influence is in the game by that stat. He's a person, when him really clicking, no matter, even in this stage of his career, I'm going to have 3, 4, 5 key passes in a game. And for him to have none, that's quite, I think that's telling. That's pretty telling, But yeah, he got a 7.3 because he was involved a lot, touched the ball a lot, kept it ticking a lot, and did take some shots as well that needed to be saved. So, that gets him some stats. But yeah, this game, when you look back at the stats of it, 2 big chances both went to the home team. They were able to convert both of those. Basically the 2 goals that they scored, 2 very good goals as well. Berhalter after a decent build up, and then the first goal from a nice free kick from good header by Brian White. But yeah, when you look at the game, the shots were even, but on target they had the advantage 5-2. When you look at the entries for the game into the final third, Miami did handle them in that department 69-41. But as I said, too little of those entries, turned into, well, they didn't create any big chance, and too little of them turned into shots on target, as they were only able to get 2. So, just not enough incision and precision in the first game from Inter Miami. If they can change that, which I think at home, the crowd behind them, that little percentage of the play might increase in their favor. But as I said, Vancouver currently a team high on confidence, very good form. So I don't expect for them to just, fall over today. I think they've been playing too well of late, and their players are too in sync right now to just come and not have any good spells in the game. And I think it's just going to be crucial. I think Ustari today is going to have to make some big saves because, like I said, that protecting that away goal from being conceded, especially first. Ideally you would want to go up 2 goals before you concede. But, even then, when it's 2-0 and they score a goal, now you have to win the game 4-1 to get through, because 3-1 won't be good enough. If the game ends 3-1 in favor of Inter Miami, then Vancouver would go through on aggregate, even though it's 3-3, because they scored the away goal tonight. So that's why I said, in that last game, it was crucial that Vancouver was able to keep the clean sheet, and they did so. And I think tonight they're going to really see the benefits from that. Just the way how Miami definitely have to score some goals tonight, but at the same time, they also know how drastic it could be if they concede. So it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. But we'll see what type of game plan Mascherano forward with tonight, because as I said, it has to be controlled aggression for them. They cannot be susceptible to conceding a goal, especially too early. So yeah, they're gonna still have to have the patience that they like to play with. They don't want the game to necessarily become a transition game. And at some point you're gonna have to take some risk, because you do need some goals to get back in it. But like I said, a lot of experienced players, we'll call them, in the Inter Miami team. So, they would have seen all scenarios before, and hopefully they would have, guided the rest of their team as to how to deal with it. But yeah, people, drop your score predictions in the comment section for the game tonight. You don't know. We are glad to be back in the studio to drop this live watch along. We're excited. People, the Champions League did not disappoint this week so far. Paris and Arsenal played a very good game yesterday. Sadly, my Gunners went down 1-0 at the Emirates. But still feeling good about it, because I feel like we definitely didn't perform to our standard, or the standard that would be required to win a game like that in the semi-final of the Champions League. But looking into the second leg, the good thing is, well, for one, there's no away goals rule, so that's not a huge disadvantage. And we're only down 1 after what I thought was just about as poor a performance as we could have had. So for us to still be in the tie technically, then I can live with that, right? So I see right now Inter Miami is leading the poll. So you guys think that they will overturn the scoreline? I guess none of my speech a while ago about the form of Vancouver. It didn't do anything to sway the opinion. People just see Messi on there and say, yes, Messi is getting through. You see me? All right, let me get this on the screen. Cucitini. Alright, so I could do it like this for now. Yeah, so we'll have the play-by-play running, people. We are 10 minutes out from kickoff, so we're getting closer to kickoff, people. I know we can't see a score prediction. Oh, go on. Drop on the score predictions in the comment section, people. Yeah, so Lionel Messi, for me, key in the game today. Another player for me that's a key is Allende. I think Allende needs to be more influential, needs to be more involved in terms of the goal scoring actions. Didn't see him at all in the game last week. I thought Segovia at least was trying, but Allende, not that he wasn't trying, but he just was totally ineffective in the game. Didn't really see him stamp any kind of authority on the game. Didn't even know he was in the game for long parts of it. So that can't happen tonight if they're going to be successful. So Lionel Messi and Allende. And for me, the player that I've noticed seems to be one of the few players in this Inter Miami team that seems to like really enjoy defending, and that's Mr. Falcon around the back. I think he has to have a massive game because the chances and the risks that they take in terms of their formation and their style really leaves him with a lot of work sometimes to do, and he's on the island a lot of the time. So if he can handle his duels in those crazy situations, maybe they do fulfill the tough task of keeping a clean sheet tonight. I think that's going to be the toughest thing for them to have to deal with tonight, is knowing how serious it's going to be if they concede one goal. But the thing about Miami is when they get going and they really hit a rhythm, they can score goals in bunches. And I think if they concede, obviously they will need to, because like I said, they have to win by 3. But for me, the 3 players that I think are keys for Inter Miami tonight, and of course other players are as well, but the 3 main keys for me, Lionel Messi, Allende, and Falcon. I think in the midfield, because this game is going to have a different feel due to the fact that Vancouver has a lead. I know last game I was saying the midfield is the key, which I think it ended up being that was the key in the last game. And I thought that Vite, Berhalter, Kubas, they did a better job in that midfield than Busquets, Redondo, and Segovia, who pretty much was the fill-in third midfielder in the way they were set up and playing. But I don't think that's going to be the key tonight. That's why I've gone for Messi, Allende, and Falcon. I think the game is going to be more stretched due to the fact that Inter Miami, I think, will take more chances and more risk in the game tonight. And I think that will lead to the game maybe being more about execution in the transition, more so than possession and patience. You know, like if Miami can find that good balance between the patience and the transition, I think they have a better chance. Because I don't think they want it to be a track meet, to be honest. But I do think they'll have to take a little more risk than normal. And then on the Vancouver side, I think the 3 players for me that are crucial. I think Tristan Blackman is one player. I thought he was immense in the first game. I don't think he lost a duel in the first game. But one thing I did notice about his demeanor, he tends to easily get a bit wound up. And I think with Suarez out there especially, I'm going to be watching Tristan Blackman. I think what can help Miami tonight, obviously, which would help any team, is to obviously take a man advantage due to red card or something like that. Tristan Blackman, if he's a player where if he gets a yellow card early or makes a few tackles early or gets into any kind of scuffle early or anything, and I think Suarez, the veteran he is going to try to wind him up tonight. So watch that, people. Remember I told you, Tristan Blackman getting into some kind of something tonight that could cause a problem. If he can keep his composure tonight, don't get too caught up in the fans and the occasion and all that, I think based on what he showed in the first game, he has the quality to really cause a difference back there on the back line for them. So I'm going to say Blackman would be a player. The second player I'm going to highlight as well is Vite. I think Vite, people, right now he's the form player in the team. I know Brian White scoring all the goals. I know Berhalter also playing well and scoring goals from midfield. But for me, when you look at them play, Vite is really the difference maker in terms of the creativity, the passing. His set piece delivery crucial as well, because I think Miami is vulnerable on set pieces. He will put them under pressure whenever there's a set piece. Any kind of whipping ball, he's got them with the left foot. So Ecuador national player that I think is really good probably could leave the MLS. I think he's only about 23 right now, so not so old. So I think Europe is in his future if he wants it. So yeah, Vite, that would be the second player I would be looking at as well. And then the third player, people, we're gonna go to the obvious. I think one goal can change the entire complexion of this game for Vancouver. And who else to look to for that goal than Brian White? As I said, Brian White already in this early MLS season with 6 goals, has 4 more goals added to that in the Champions Cup. So he has 10 goals on the season so far from 15 games played in total. That is ridiculous. He's definitely on form. Had a 4-goal game in the MLS already this season. So that should show you what kind of form he's on currently. Brian White also forcing his way in Pochettino's team the other day as well, which was a surprise to a lot of people. After the MLS games that they played in January, he impressed enough to stay on the roster. So Brian White, definitely one that trajectory is on a up as far as US national team and his career in general. Late bloomer as well because he's 29 years of age. But as you can see, did get some time in that third place game against Canada after playing in January camp for the USA. So yeah. See, this is the game against Austin. The man scored 4 goals star. That's crazy. But yeah, those are the key players for me tonight. What is going on with this? Yeah. Don't want this to People, please smash up the like button. Please do smash up the like button. So it look like all the votes going to Inter Miami, people. Damn. I didn't expect that, They're down 2-love, people. They say it's not enough. It's not enough. All right, give me a score prediction. Since so many of you think Inter Miami are going to win, these scores have to reflect them going through with a win, So they're down 2-love. So how much them are going to win tonight? Cheers. Big stadium. The Mercedes-Benz. Stadium, the wicked people. Bad piece of stadium. Yeah, the 3-all match today, people. Crazy. Crazy match that. So we're seconds away from kickoff now, people. From Chase Stadium in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Swear, so some of my link it them would have got the match, but them said them nah go. Place not even look ram still. Them are forward out now. Them say 5 minutes to kick off. Drop your score predictions, people. Wow. Joke thing. Joke thing are going in a Jamaica Premier League, people. It's a joke business are going. Play them on the field now, people. Score prediction. People, it's almost kickoff time. Drop a score prediction. It's 2-0 to Vancouver already. What does Messi have in store tonight? And Inter Miami? Can they turn it around? Messi gone 5 goals in 6 in this competition. And 3 goals, 2 assists in 6 appearances in the MLS so far. So them say Messi starting just behind Suarez in this formation on the TV screen, but we'll see if that's how it's set up. Veselinovic look like him well tall, but it's really because Messi standing up right there. Lee Young said 2-1 Miami. I know, so that means Miami now make the final then, Lee Young. I hope you vote that way there. I look like everybody have vote for Inter Miami if you make it to the final. But that 2-1 won't work for them, Lee Young. They'll be gone home. Said Martinez from El Salvador. Brother. Do some game at Olympics. Man, ref a Saudi Pro League. Sure, no, said a brother ref Jamaica match before, you know. No, guess not. All right, people, we have kickoff. We have kickoff. Early foul. Suarez. I hope him fully warm up today, cause Barca look like him can't run from where they like really bad. Him no need speed again though. Man just using brain. Now Vancouver, this is what was to me the most impressive part of them game in the first game. I didn't realize that they had such ability to keep the football. And I think against Inter Miami, you have to do this. Like, yes, they're vulnerable in the transition because they don't have a lot of pacey players. But at the same time, just think about making their attacking players have to chase a bit. The Messi, the Suarez. These players don't want to do that part of the game. So if you can be patient enough to make them get involved in pressing and chasing, you take that little percentage away from them when they actually attack you. And I thought they did a good job in the first game, especially in the second half of, not just going forward every single time they get the ball. For spells, just making Inter Miami shift and move and chase. And I think even more so tonight, with Inter Miami needing to win, that strategy can pay even more dividends. Because at times in the first game, Inter Miami was okay with just letting them have the ball. I don't think that will be so much the case tonight. They will want to be the protagonist, Falcon clears it. Blackman. Oh, that was a bad pass there. Will be cleaned up by Allen. He keeps it in down the wing. Alba with a touch, and that touch takes it out of play. Alba. Here's Redondo. Sometimes the way they touch the ball, I think is Busquets as well. Both tall players. Here's Cello. Cello gets it taken away, but Allende does well to win it. Drops it back. Allende, who was playing on the left for long portions in the first game, looks like he's on the right tonight. Cello down the wing. Allende trying to stretch the defense. This is something we didn't see enough in the first game. Allende never really got beyond Suarez much in the first game, and I think that's going to be very necessary. You don't want to have Suarez as the one stretching the defense all the time, or Messi for that matter. So they need that runner to go beyond them, and that's Allende. So that's a good sign for Miami early on. Building out from the back, Allen goes back to the keeper, Ustari. Mascherano putting together Argentina team a team of Argentinians in the team. I think there's about 4 starting tonight. Good flick on by Brian White. Here comes Sabi. Got the start tonight. Falcon closed down. Sabi tries to slip in a pass, but Falcon again winning his 1v1 and wins a throw. Falcon, the right center back there, ending up looking at in a left back position to close down the play. And that's something that you will see with this Inter Miami team. Because they attack in such numbers, sometimes the defenders do end up having to cover different spaces. It's a good ball. Kubas tries to switch a play. Poor pass in the end. Cut out by Cello. Good strength there from Allende, but he can't keep it in play. Throw into Vancouver. Yeah, 5 Argentinian. Thought it was quite a few. People, if you just joined, please do smash the like button, share and subscribe. This is Jason Gooner TV. As you can see on the screen there, Inter Miami still 0-0 with Vancouver. Nothing has changed as yet. We are about 6 minutes into the second leg. And Vancouver has been pretty much the better team so far. Controlling possession and pushing Inter Miami back into their own half. Switch of play here. Well won by Cello. It's going to be a throw into Vancouver. Brian White does this really well, holds up the ball. And now Ahmed gets by Falcon, but good cover from Cello, and he clears it for a throw-in. Quite a battle a while ago with White and Falcon. White won't mind that type of play. Falcon, the Uruguayan. I think Uruguayan players do have a certain characteristic about them. Falcon definitely has that as well. Very rugged defender. Mascherano already complaining about the time, as they thought it was a corner, but it's actually a throw. So they were saying it is a corner, okay. So they were confused about what the call was, but I thought it was a throw. I couldn't really see in the corner, to be fair, but it's going to be a corner kick, and this is where I think Vancouver have an advantage. Here's the whipped in ball by Berhalter deep, and that's poor. Clears the entire 18-yard box and goes out for a goal kick. That's not what you want to do with the set pieces tonight. Inter Miami going forward now. Here is Suarez. Makes a run. Now he's going to find centrally to Busquets. Busquets inside to Messi. This might be the first time I see him touch a ball. Good ball to Suarez on top of the box. Cuts it to Alba. Alba takes a shot and he gets under the goalkeeper. That's poor goalkeeping. There's an inquest back there. The defender may have unsighted Yakaoka there, not sure, but as soon as the ball got past the goalkeeper, he's holding his hands up to his defender. I don't know what happened there, but it was a good layoff from Suarez. Messi, the first time he touched the ball, plays a what? A key pass. I mentioned in the first game, he had no key passes at all. No key passes at all. And the first time he touched the ball in this game, it's a key pass to Suarez. Suarez with a brilliant layoff. Looked like Alba was going to do his trademark cut back into the top of the 18, but instead he takes the shot, and it's really poor goalkeeping. Let me see. Does he see this late? I'm not sure who he's blaming for that but himself. I mean, that ball goes through the goalkeeper. That's poor goalkeeping there from Yakaoka, must be said. Must be said. Takaoka there needs to do better. Needs to do a lot better there. But an assist from Suarez, goal from Alba. Messi finding a pocket of space deeper in the midfield. And here comes Inter Miami. This is a definite chance. Laid off to Allende. And Allende didn't get enough purchase on it. It was going for the far post. but Allende couldn't strike it cleanly enough to beat the goalkeeper. Messi was on the run and slipped it into him. And he went for the side foot trying to place it. I think he needs to trust himself there and put his laces through that one. But understandable seeing the keeper just make a mistake like that, just get it on target. And now into Miami. It's a good ball into Messi. Messi turns, finds Segovia. Segovia goes wide. Alba again. Ooh, he tried the one-time pass, looking for Messi in the middle, but cut out. Here's Alba. Finds Segovia. Poor first touch. He's being covered by Busquets here. Busquets with the ball. And he... What are they doing? Oh, he's saying the ball is flat. And it is flat. The ball bust up. He's saying just throw it back to them. All right, good sportsmanship. Inter Miami. So they got the early goal, people. It's 1-0. Let me change this on the screen so people them know. Yeah, man, shopkeeping Lee Young. I don't know how that score. I don't really know how that score, bro. Like, at first, I thought maybe he was unsighted or something, but the man wasn't even in the way. So for him to let that in is really poor. So we're at 2-1 on aggregate, 1-0 tonight. So we're going to keep updating the score, people, as the game go. Let me actually do it. Yeah, people, so boy, Inter Miami after a good goal scoring start, and funny enough, the start of the game, really Vancouver had the better start, but Inter, the first time they really got Messi on the ball, he was able to pick a pass, break the lines, and Suarez and Alba did the rest. And really and truly, that's really a goalkeeping error. So that's one thing you don't want to see happen in a semi-final is any goal scored. And this is a slip from Falcon. This could be problems. Into the middle. This is Sabi. And he hits the outside of the post. Oh my gosh, that could have been the goal that Vancouver need to get a stranglehold on this one. Remember, if they equalize, any result less than 4-1 or 3-goal advantage for Miami means they're out of the competition. Sabi just didn't look comfortable on his right foot. He is a left-footed player. So maybe that's why it took him so long to make his decision and actually get that shot off. Good first touch here from Allende. Way to hold the ball up. Miami in possession. Cello switches the play nicely to Alba. First touch, brilliant. Obviously. Allen. Falcon. Cello. Here's Messi now. Just say him don't go wide a lot. Here he goes on an amazing run. Good layoff from Messi and Allende. Allende, good tackle this time. Busquets gets on the ball. Alba tackled away from him. And a foul committed by Busquets there for sure. And Sabi didn't want to let him get going on the counter. No yellow card though. Probably a first challenge. Not sure how Busquets can argue that one. Pretty clear. Little stoppage in play here. Looks like Allende got hit in his nose. Inter Miami down to 10 for the time being. Suarez Suarez wanting his player to get back on the pitch, but have to wait until the ref lets him on. Still not on yet. Ahmed cuts inside. Good ball into Brian White. And he tried the toe poke finish. Didn't get enough on it though to cause any harm. Ayande back on the pitch now. Good pressing from Ayande. And he fouls. Definite foul there. Still 1-0 into Miami. Vancouver a bit shell-shocked right now. They're not really keeping possession, but Brian White again holds up the ball brilliantly. Ahmed already looks more impressive today than he did in the first leg. Vite plays Ahmed in. This is dangerous. Can he cut it back? He can. Brian White leaves it to Vite on his right foot, puts it on his deadly left, and not enough power and the effort in the end. But that's much better from Vancouver. I was just saying they need to show that they are up to something here. I mean, I know they did hit the post just now, but that was a bit of a kind of a fluke play. I mean, Falcon fell down and it caused the chance. That time, much better build up there. They went direct to White, spun off his defender, and then good work from Ahmed and Vite to eventually end up in a shot from Vite that was easily saved. But that's better from Vancouver. Here comes Inter Miami now. Messi on the ball. Thought about the switch. Goes short to Busquets. Redondo gets taken out that time, or Busquets that time, sorry. Good ball. Oh, that was not supposed to work out that way. Suarez did well to dummy that. The defender wasn't expecting it. And the bounce off the defender went right into Messi's path. Oh, but Messi got that contact completely wrong and put it well over. Berhalter plays it wide. This is Ahmed. Ahmed, this is danger. Poor cross from Johnson there. He had a really good first leg. Tate Johnson. Thought him and Blackman were really good in the first leg. Ocampo as well. And the captain. The whole backline played really well in the first game. Redondo switches it now to Alba. Acres of space out there. Looking for a pass inside. Has to go back. This is Busquets. Redondo. Taking space well. Busquets now switches it over to Cello. Cello takes it down. Whipped inside. Good ball. Ooh, that was a brilliant shape on that one. Segovia got the initial flick. And it was inches away from Suarez putting the definitive touch on it. But the shape on that ball, you could see it where the camera was directly behind him. And the shape on that was perfect. Right in between the goalkeeper and the penalty spot. Well cut out by Inter Miami. And now... What? So Inter Miami don't like the fact that the game is being stopped here. I think it was a collision between Ahmed and Cello. Ahmed definitely looks like he came out the worst. Let's see it again here. Was he struck? Because it wasn't a collision. They were kind of standing still. So what really happened there? No action taken by the referee. Vancouver in possession. Berhalter poor that time, and then fouls Segovia, it looked like. Yes, it was a foul. Not the best from Berhalter that time, a little loose in possession. Of course, the son of Greg Berhalter, and his mom as well was a big player in the US football. National champion at North Carolina. Comes from a big family of footballers in the US system. And started out this season really well, to be fair. One of the better players on Vancouver this season so far. Still just 23 years of age. Also went to UNC. And joined Vancouver in 2022 after spells at Columbus Crew and Austin. But definitely coming into his own this season. Messi! No, Redondo. Drive it, man. Again, another player going with the side foot to shoot. People don't like use them lace against her. People them still say Inter Miami. 76% to 24% them say. It's good defending from Inter Miami. Good pressing. Oh, Segovia. Now Messi on the ball. Trying to take them on. Just a little. Oh, and Falcon there with a definite hold. That should be a yellow card. He can't believe it, but it was pretty blatant that time. Telling him to get up, but it was clear. It's quite clear. Brian White definitely an annoying attacker to play against. Well done from Ahmed there. Oh, Sebastian. Saw the intention, but the execution was off. Good football from Vancouver, though. Easily one in the air. Well done from Redondo there, playing out the pressure. Here's Falcon. Loose pass there to Allen, but he'll retrieve it. Here's Alba. Good ball, but well cut out by Blackman. Now, here's Vite. Vite into the box. That's a good ball. Cut out well by Falcon again. Berhalter, and that was to Ali Ahmed, and the touch was poor. Or will he get a throw? Will be a throw into Vancouver. 25 minutes gone. 1-0 to Inter Miami. 2-1 now on aggregate. Kubas. Good switch-up play. Taken down well. All the way back now. Johnson. Over to Ocampo. Back to Johnson. Bless up, Bessa Swagwan. Footballer play, brother, so we're there. That is it. Veselinovic, captain. Ocampo. Poor back pass there. Suarez into Messi. Messi in the center circle. Looking wide. Doesn't go that way. Now on the ball still. Looking for a pass. Now flips it out wide to Segovia. Segovia with 1 to beat. Now being tracked by 2. Alba. Good ball to Messi on the first touch. Can't get it in his stride. Still on the ball. Drops it back. Almost inch perfect. Well won by Falcon, but a 4-second touch there. And here's Ahmed. 1 to beat. Can't beat him. Good tracking from Redondo, and it's out for a throw. Vancouver look dangerous on the breaks, though. Haven't been able to put one totally together to make a shooting opportunity. Johnson wearing a cast. Basically throwing in the ball with one hand, which is illegal. Vite plays it wide. This is Ocampo. Isolated on Alba. Plays it inside now to Savi. Back to Alba. Back to Ocampo. Sorry, Ocampo looking to take on Alba. Cuts it back now to Vite. Vite. Back for Blackman. Blackman to Savi. Back to Blackman. Being pressured. Good composure. And then that's a foul now. Player was late. Blackman did make the pass. Busquets doesn't wear the armband for Inter Miami, but he's always talking to the ref. Oh, and that left leg went up and caught Suarez in a bad place. It looked like. Didn't see much in the Suarez challenge, to be honest. It looked in real time like he caught him, but on the replay, didn't see much contact. But nonetheless, a free kick to Vancouver, just inside Inter Miami's half. Berhalter, the right footer. Vite, the left footer. Vite runs over the ball. Clipped into the back post. First ball won by Inter. Second ball won by Inter. Now into Suarez. He flicks it inside looking for Messi, but that's cleared by Vancouver, and they reset all the way back to their goalkeeper. Takaoka plays it wide. Good pass to Ocampo. Ocampo, good tackle by Segovia. Here comes Inter now on a little slight counter attack. Many coverage back though. A lot of coverage back for Vancouver, I should say. Here's Alba. Alba, good ball inside, finding Busquets. Busquets over the top looking for Allende. He drops it back now to Cello. Cello has a good delivery. Decides to cut it back inside. This is Redondo. Back to Busquets. Back to Redondo. Redondo now on the ball. Plays it wide to Cello. Cello with one closing down. Drops it back again. A little more patience this time from Inter. Now Noah Allen with it. Plays it inside to Busquets. This is better football though from Inter. Making Vancouver work. Here's Redondo being pressed. Gets away from it. Falcon. Allen. Flips it over the top this time. Will they stay in play? Oh, Alba. Ocampo and Alba exchanging pleasantries there. The Colombian and the Spaniard. The Venezuelan Segovia runs in to defend the thing. So let's see what happened here. First touch, can't quite keep it in control. And then Alba just didn't like the challenge, which was fair. Took offense to it. Much ado about nothing, really. Not sure why Albert felt it necessary to push him, but who knows? Ulai. Maima. I don't know what that means, but big up yourself. What a ball by Sebastian. Oh, Falcon did well to cut that one out. Brian White had an easy chance if that went through. But Sebastian did well to curl his pass around the defender for Ali Ahmed there. Ali Ahmed definitely having a better game today. He was really poor in the first leg. I was surprised as well, because he had been on good form for club and country, to be fair. Cello throws it to Falcon. Falcon over to Ali. Poor that time from Alba. What a good pass there. Brian White again holds the ball up perfectly. Now he's on the run, looking for a runner. Not a bad clip ball, but good tracking that time. I think Allen cut that one out. Here's Cello, looking forward. Back to Cello again, 1-2 with Redondo. That should be a foul on Johnson, no? Yes, so Johnson is booked for that challenge. You could tell he was a bit worried about that. Once it ricocheted up into the air and again it looked like he might have the run on him, he realized he would have been in a foot race and it could have been a goal scoring opportunity, but yeah, I think he kind of panicked that time. Still was in a decent enough position, but just didn't take any chances. So took a yellow card for the team. Lionel Messi stands over this one. Messi. That's going to be too close to the goalkeeper. Easily caught. Too much air on that one. Power. Messi been pretty quiet tonight, it must be said. Apart from the one key pass he played to Suarez in the build-up, which don't know if they would have counted it as such, but in my book it was a key pass. The spell of the game is almost like Miami's just saying to themselves, let's get it at halftime 1-0. One of the main objectives today would have been to keep a clean sheet. They have been able to do that so far. And here comes Inter Miami now, trying to make me eat my words. Got a little unlucky with the touches there. Sebastian, good ball again. One time, back turn to the pressure. Just slips a diagonal pass into the midfield, right to the feet of Vite, and he's fouled by Busquets. So Sebastian last 5 minutes or so turning up the passing. Vita's been pretty quiet tonight. And that's going to be cut out by Alba, but he can't keep it under his spell. Good composure from Vancouver there. They play out of the press. It's going to be a throw to Vancouver. Busquets can't believe it. Redondo again winning the ball back. Foul by Ali Ahmed. Inter Miami whips in across. Little too high. Played wide now. Cello into the box. Cut out by Kubas. And then fouled by Marcelo Vigant there. No foul, says the referee. Corner kick to Vancouver. Last time they had one of these, it was wasted. But Vite will try to provide his usual quality on this one. The Ecuadorian with his hands up. When they go down, they'll start the movement. It's played short. Berhalter to the back post. Blackman got on the first ball. And a push in the back there. While Inter Miami is trying to defend it, call on Brian White. So it's a free kick to Inter. They get started quickly, play it out to the right side, but think better of it. Possess in their own box. Allen flips it out wide to Cello. Cello. First touch not the best. Back to Falcon, back to Redondo. Redondo just handles pressure so well. Plays a simple one touch out of pressure. Falcon switching the play now to Alba. What football from Inter Miami here. And now Messi in the middle. Gets onto that one. Can he play it through? He should have released Jordi Alba that time. Should have tried to find the angle to release Alba. He had the run on the players. A good switch of play here by Cello. He's not offside either. This is Suarez now. Suarez takes on two players and then he's taken out by Ocampo. The Colombian apologetic this time. Trying to avoid a yellow card, which he does in the end. think that's what Mascherano is complaining about. That was quite a big swing there to try to win that ball with the challenge. And you know Suarez is going to make it look 10 times worse. But free kick, edge of the box on the left side. So it's going to be an outswinger from Messi. See if he goes with a pacey one or he just clips this up. See what he will decide to do. Put some pace on that one and it was straight to the goalkeeper. He ended up pushing it over the bar. Not sure if he was going for goal or just wanted some kind of glancing action at the near post on it. If he had that low enough, I think Suarez glances that in the goal, you know. Because no one tracked the movement. Corner to Inter Miami now on this right side. So this would be an in-swinger coming from Messi this time. Back post. Ooh. I think a foul was called. Saeed not sticking around to hear what Suarez has to say. A clear push in the back there. There's a nudge and then there's a push. And that was a push. Ali Ahmed plays it back. Vancouver again trying to be a little patient. Draw out Inter even more. Wouldn't say they're at the stage of suicide pressing, but can definitely see the intensity trying to win back that ball is there. And that was poor from Suarez that time. And Brian White is in on goal. And Ostari, calm. Great defending from the goalkeeper. Couldn't use his hands anymore. About 9 out of 10, you'd see a keeper get to that ball and try to blast it out. I think Ostari knew chances of a ricochet were very high. So he kind of just took a nice little soft touch to beat the player and then played a pass to his teammate. But good composure from the keeper there. Takaoka goes long. Cello can't quite win that one. And now it's played wide by Vite. This is Ocampo in acres of space across the box. And that wasn't a terrible ball, you know. Ostari did well to read that one coming across and take it off the feet of the striker. Here comes Messi. Messi being outworked that time from Ahmed, but good strength from Allende that time. That's going to be a throw into Inter Miami. Good work rate from Ali Ahmed there. Allende looks like he hasn't quite sorted out the bleeding. And the refs haven't spotted it this time to get him off. Busquets. Cello down holding his face now. About a minute left in the first half plus any stoppages. Alba goes long. Brilliant ball. Oh, Suarez did everything right. That was Allende, sorry. And that's the difference this game, people. Allende getting in behind, going central, running in behind. He has the space. And the first touch wasn't terrible, but he, instead of really driving it with any power towards the goal, he tried to just place it. And good defense in the end by Johnson to block the shot. Eventually picked up by the goalkeeper. Falcon wins it, but Can only send it out for a throw to Vancouver. I ended with good hustle that time. Could easily be a yellow card there. Mascherano wants one, and he's going to get one. I believe that might have been Berhalter there. We'll find out. Yes, it's Berhalter. Tough. I think that means he misses the final. Because he got a yellow in the first leg as well. So that would be really tough. That would be really tough. Because his face looked like he was dejected. I mean, you're usually not happy when you get a yellow, but it looked even worse that time. Redondo has a similar look on his face too. Yep, he got one in the first leg as well. So I feel like Redondo and what the name? Berhalter. If they get to, I think they'll be out of the final, I believe. I know a lot of competitions now, they have kind of changed those rules where semi-final it start over, but I guess you still are eligible to get suspended for the final if you pick up a yellow in both of the semi-finals, you know, which both players who just received yellow cards have actually done. Redondo and Berhalter. Falcon, for example, didn't have the same look on his face when he got his yellow. And that's because he doesn't have a yellow from the first leg. So, yep. Neither Tate Johnson. I bet you Tate Johnson never have one either. Nope. So, yeah. So, Berhalter, Redondo. From what I think, they'll be out of the final. I'm sure the commentary man probably says something about it still, but I'm not listening to the commentary. Ooh, what a challenge. So who them call the foul on? Ooh, that's a painful one, people. I think it's going to be halftime now. Played almost 49 minutes. It's supposed to be 2 minutes of injury time in this one, but we're up to 49 now, almost. And there's a halftime whistle, people. So that is the end of the first half. Inter Miami getting the goal in the 9th minute, courtesy of a Jordi Alba strike. Thought it was poor goalkeeping from Takaoka, but he has started to show his, I would say, his more regular form. Don't think he's a bad keeper, but that definitely, he'll look back at that first goal and know it was a mistake. But it's 1-0 in favor of Inter Miami. They will need at least one more goal if Vancouver can not score a goal tonight to send this one into extra time. But for right now, it must be said that Inter Miami have the 1-0 lead. Wouldn't say that they have been the better team per se, but let's just say that Vancouver are picking their spots. For long stretches, they look very comfortable just dropping into their shape, keeping it at bay for the most part. But let's just take a look at the stats and see if that strategy is the way to go or not based on the numbers. So one big chance created by Inter Miami, none for Vancouver, even though they had some really good openings and entries that could have caused a lot of damage. 7 shots to 3 in favor of Inter Miami. Takayoka has made 3 saves, 2 saves made by Ustari. Passing not so far apart. Possession not so far apart, 53% in favor of Miami. Then we have shots on target 4-2 in favor of Miami. Vancouver did hit the post. That was a shot by Sabian. I'm surprised they didn't give that play a big chance. The chance that fell to him. That's very surprising. We look at the final third entries, 32-22 actually in favor of Vancouver, right? So yeah, this game has been pretty even. I think 1-0 maybe flatters Miami just a bit, but it was kind of a bit of a goalkeeping error. So you'll have to take that one on the chin. But yeah, it was a really entertaining first half, I thought. Good tactical battle. I thought in the beginning it was looking like Vancouver were just going to dog walk it. But Miami getting the goal when they did, I thought it kind of shocked Vancouver a bit. And they didn't really have the same type of dominance after that, even though I must say in the build-up phase and everything, not even the build-up phase, but when they play direct to Brian White and he's able to get the better of the 1v1 with Falcon, they're usually getting into dangerous positions. I think Ali Ahmed has been much better tonight, being influential, running in behind. A couple times now he has gotten in behind the defense and played some decent enough crosses across the middle. For whatever reason, they haven't, ended up in a goal just yet, but they'll need to clean that up as far as Inter Miami, because Ali Ahmed is definitely getting in behind Cello and causing problems on that left side. For the Inter Miami team, I think for them, I think as they get into the second half now, maybe a few more risks need to be taken. They already play a pretty attacking style, but looking at the bench, I just wonder, could one of the players there be sacrificed? Segovia go to the central area, bring on the likes of Fafa Pico to play on the wing, another veteran, but a little more pace maybe than the likes of Segovia and the wide area. Segovia can play, sacrifice maybe Redondo since he's on a yellow, put Segovia a little deeper in the park, and then bring on Fafa Pico. That's an option, right? Other than that, Obando, Afonso, decent players. I think Leo Afonso, the Brazilian, he could come on as well. He started on the weekend in the MLS. Hasn't really gotten much game time as of yet. This season, been on the bench quite a few times, been really getting his minutes in the MLS Next Pro so far this season. But has played 2 games in the MLS so far and did get 15 minutes in the Champions Cup, but he would be unlikely one to come on at this juncture. And then you have the likes of Allen Obando, who can play through the middle as well. Good pace on him as well. He is a potential one. He's only 18 years of age, from Ecuador as well. So he's on loan actually from Barcelona SC. Now that's not that's not the Barcelona that drew today. That's the Ecuadorian Barcelona. They are currently in second in the Serie A in Ecuador. But Obando is an option. The 18-year-old, definitely a big prospect. But yeah, let me know how you guys think this second half will play out. I think there's a lot to play for. Miami should feel good about life. They haven't conceded that 1 goal, which I thought would be a big problem for them. They have been able to see through the first half without that happening. That's a really good sign for them. And drop your score predictions in the comment section. Let me know who you guys think will win. have a little bit left till the second half start. People, there's going to be just a slight brief intermission right now, but don't go anywhere, people. I will be back to bring you the second half action, and we can break down any substitutions if any were made. But yeah, 1-0 Inter Miami. Still need some more action to take place, but right now they're poised. Still haven't conceded, which I thought was main objective of the first half, so that's good. Let's see if they can continue that, because as soon as they concede, if they happen to, then the script really does have to change for them to get through. But people, we'll be back for all the second half action shortly. Big up on yourselves again, and thanks for tuning in. I'm Jason Gooner. This is Jason Gooner TV. We no gone nowhere. Just a brief intermission. We'll be right back. Big up. Second half underway, people. Second half underway. Back in the studio. Sorry for that brief intermission. Bless up. They better get them boots on. Yeah, bro. Some serious rain have come down. I know it look like. Feel getting a little more puddles. One shot on target so far for Vancouver in this second half. Both teams show up with one change being made. Sam Alekugbe, who recently returned from a long-term injury, did make his way back, playing for the first time in a while, actually. After about a month out, was out for pretty much all of March and most of April, came back in the last game to play 45 minutes against Minnesota. He's in for the second half, coming in for Johnson, who picked up a yellow card in that first half. Of course, three other players still on the pitch, Falcon and Redondo, both on yellow cards. Redondo and I think Berhalter will be out of the final based on picking up 2 yellows in these 2 matches. Let me get the play-by-play back on the screen for you guys. For anybody that wants to follow the action that way, we'll get that on the screen for you. Don't know why it's not running. Let's just refresh this. All right, there we go. Messi, top of the box, turns, brought down, no call, still no call. I'm going to take this call, people. Yeah, people. Moms that are link me, Maffa. You know, when moms call you for answer, people, everything stops, you know? Yes, she said to bless up everyone. Referee, don't see anything wrong with that challenge that time. Here comes Ahmed. Good ball, finding Berhalter. Brian White, and that's a brilliant goal from Vancouver. The defense was all out of whack there. Busquets yelling at Falcon, asking why not go and close down that run. And that is the problem for Miami there now. Miami will need 3 goals unanswered. It's 1-1, 3-1 on aggregate, but that's the crucial away goal. And that is what I was worried about for Miami going into this game. That one away goal changes the whole dynamic of the tie. They'll need to win this one on aggregate now. That's the only way they get through. And in order to do so, they will need to win by 3 clear goals. And that's just brilliant football there. Ahmed did well to cut inside, leave that space down the wing. Berhalter took it gladly. And then brilliant movement in the box by White. acted like he was going to run far post, checked his run, and just gave a good angle for the cutback and the precision finish to the far post. No chance for Ustari. 1-1. Big goal, and you can see what it means to the Vancouver players as they know they have 1 foot into the final now. Messi knows what he has to do. They're going to have to score a bag of goals. And the worry for Inter Miami now is they are going to leave themselves even more vulnerable to the counter. And Ahmed looks in the mood tonight. And again, Ahmed is in behind the defense. He's in. This is a cross coming in. Ahmed does well to beat Falcon. Cuts it inside. Berhalter drops it to Vite. And a deflection gets into the goal. Inter Miami are done. They are dead, people. They're dead. They're dead. Now they need 4 goals, people. Pedro Vite. Another one of the ones to watch tonight. So my picks are getting it done. Pedro Vite, Brian White, proving to make the difference tonight. They scored the goals on the weekend, and they score again tonight. (2-1) Vancouver, people. 2-1 Vancouver. That's 4-1 on aggregate now. And it looks like Ronaldo exited the Champions League in Asia in the semifinal stage today. And it looks like Messi will exit the semifinal stage of the Concacaf Champions Cup today as well. The symmetry in these two guys' careers is ridiculous. Sometimes I wonder if it's scripted. Very fortunate there on the finish. Vite just getting it on target. Hits our Alba and just loops into the top corner. Very, very bad luck there on the finish, how it went in, but can't discredit the build-up of Vancouver there. The space is in behind. And Ahmed did well to stay on side and curl his run, get in behind. And the presence of mind there, passed a little behind off the ricochet. Berhalter, he didn't force it, didn't try to swivel and shoot. Laid it off well for Vite. Was on his weaker foot, but if you don't shoot, you don't score, and that was it there. Lee Young said my 2-1 prediction is looking good. Well, he said 2-1 Miami, so I don't know if you don't see, but it's 2-1 Vancouver right now. I guess 2-1 mean for any team. All right, cool. I don't think you should get the prize, Lee Young, because you said 2-1 Miami. No, Miami won't think the game is over, but I think it is. They're going to be playing suicide football now, and I just don't think they'll be able to keep out this Vancouver team in the second half with what they're about to try to do in terms of pushing bodies forward, leaving a lot of space. You just saw it there, one pass into the midfield and they were in on the defense. And that should continue as the game goes. Now the ball is kicked out of play for an injury. Inter Miami fans looking a bit dejected in the stands. I think they know what's going on now. Brian White has done his job, so he'll come off. So Brian White off. Rios, basically the backup striker, he's in now. Started last week on one of the flanks in a tactical decision. Didn't think it worked very well because he was subbed off at halftime. But here comes Rios in a more familiar striking role. Redondo, who will miss the final if they can somehow get through this, is off. And Kramaski, who seems to be the first sub typically, is on. Falcon is gone. And now here comes Luhan into the back line. He has been in and out of the team due to injury, but he's back now fully fit. So he comes on for Falcon, who on a yellow card probably knows, Mascherano probably knows there's going to be some compromising situations for his defenders coming up here. So probably doing the smart thing, getting him off the pitch before the advantage goes even worse with them having a man advantage now. So it looks like Segovia has taken up that deeper role in midfield, as I suggested. I thought they might go to Fafa Pico first, but they've chosen to go with Kromaski. Kromaski looks like has gone out to that right side. Allende comes over to this side on the left. And that was hard to get under control there from Alba. Couldn't quite get it as it skipped off the turf. You meant 2-1 Miami will lose. Yeah, man, that sounds good. Which team playing the better football? I would say Vancouver, to be honest. I would say Vancouver. I mean, I think in the first half, like Miami might have had more shots and stuff like that, but it's just it's the context of the game. I think Vancouver is totally happy, just making sure that they stay solid, whereas Miami taking a little more risk. But I would say when Vancouver do go forward, they look the more dangerous team. Good ball. Ooh, Alba drops it back to Messi. Messi was trying to get off a shot, but too many bodies in the way. One thing's for sure, I know Miami won't give up here. And they're probably thinking, just get one and then get another. Yo, big up my sports world, the Canadian in the building. Here to laugh at all the Inter Miami stands. He was telling me from last week Whitecaps were going to do it. And he was right. Even the great Messi and company, I think this is too much. What a pass by Alba. Well cut out though. Allen, back to Alba. Alba plays it inside to Segovia. Actually, that's Lujan. Lujan wide to Cello. Cello whips it into the box. Suarez with a good flick, but skips off the turf, and Takaoka will gather. You love the wall? Which wall? My wall? Why you love the wall? It's just a plain wall. Miami needs to win. Yeah, they need to win. Don't look like they're going to, but they need to. Bless up Rob Smith. Oh, go on. Inter Miami gone home. Yeah, them can't hold Ahmed on this left side. Here's another chance for Rios. Good defending that time from Allen. Last ditch block. Segovia. Suarez. Messi down the wing. Beats two. Looking for the crossing angle. Berhalter. Here's Messi cutting inside. Flips it too much to the back post. Suarez didn't give up on it though. Got his toe on it, but just stayed in the air a bit too long for him to do anything with that one. You can't stop the love, bro. We warned them. We are going to FIFA and we're going to be Ryan Reynolds in the finals. You're welcome to join us. All right, bro. Messi the GOAT. He can't let us down. Well, boy, I don't know if this is Messi letting you guys down, but Vancouver just outplaying them, man. Van win by 3-1 is what the prophecy said from the Oracle. That's in Quinn's closet. Yeah, man, they look like them gone. Check. Big up to Duke. Corner League world champion. Did you get the Golden Glove trophy? Well, get your tissue them out gold. Because, whoa, Vite just deal with Segovia away. And then Segovia kick him over. Jeez, give him a yellow card for that. Yeah, man. You can't vex with the man saying embarrass you like that, brother. Wow. Yeah, it did look away. Did look away for a long stretch still, but when all said and done, it's one love. And I swear, so I see Martinelli and Trossard 1v1 with the keeper. So, hey, it's 1-0, and I don't think we can play any worse. Yo, Shane Bauer, I don't know what you're on, but brother, I don't know what you're talking about with Queen and this Oracle thing. Yeah, man, it take me a while, Rob, for kind of figure out what we are doing wrong. I'd say a good 25 minutes, but once you figure it out, we ended off the first half pretty good. And then, the second half, the second half, we started off well, and they ended the game better than us for sure. I think the lack of options off the bench hurt we. When they made a little subs to freshen up, we couldn't really respond, and you could see the difference. Let's say I must go look. All right, I'll go look. Channel, I think I blew up star. Let's say autocorrect a hold you back, Shane. So here comes the kid. The 18-year-old get thrown on now. Nothing wrong with that, coach. Try anything. Segovia pick up a yellow, come off. So what's going to be interesting now is who is going to be in midfield with Busquets now. Oh, so Kremaski go play deeper now in a midfield. Good ball from Busquets. Alba now playing left wing basically. Oh, Alba looking for Obando behind the defense. Couldn't get it through to him. Vite again, man. This guy is so skillful. Just skips past two players like there's no problem. What a slide by Cello. Yo, what a 2-foot slide, man. Concacaf alone, you see them challenge there, you know. Why Messi and Inter Miami look like them gone home people. Just I see something say London has some part ways with Chicago Red Stars. Wow. I don't think it's Arsenal though. I think PSG is that good. They do. Yeah, no. I mean, yeah. Look, it was partly PSG is very good. And I think it was also partly we weren't as good as we can be. Now, yes, some of that was down to them, making us not as good as we can be. But I thought in parts we just didn't play well enough. Like Odegaard pick up the ball in positions where he would normally do something damaging, and he didn't. Saka in the second half ran out of gas. It was clear he didn't have the same burst as he did in the first half. So I just feel like we need to play better. I feel like Partey was a miss. I feel like moving Rice from a little further up in the attack was a miss. I think it hurt our press big time, not having him as a presser in that midfield area. So yeah, I mean there were a lot of things that happened that I thought went against us. On top of the fact that PSG played really well and we didn't play as well as we can. Yeah, but PSG, I was always talking about the midfield, but to be honest, Rob, when I watch them play, it's the whole damn team. The only people on that team that stay in their position is Marquinhos and Pacho. Everybody else just go into space no matter where. I mean, sometimes Neves is the deepest midfielder, sometimes Vitinha is, sometimes Ruiz is. Then Hakimi might be playing right forward in the build-up. And then Mendes, bro, they just move around crazy in that team, man. I love how they play. I love how they play. Because a lot of teams will have like a fluid area of the pitch. So them attack fluid or the midfield fluid or literally them play with basically 8 of them outfield players have fluidity, can go anywhere. And the fact that they are able to do that and not get picked off on the counter like every single time is just a testament to like their awareness as a team and also their athleticism as a team. You know? Messi. Vancouver is going to win the FIFA. You think so, Shane? All right. Well, you see that in the article as well. You're more than welcome to join the bandwagon. It's really fun because it just started. The entire world is starting to feel the pressure from Vancouver like a slow knife being pushed into the heart of emotions. Yo, Shane, you're quite the wordsmith, man. Are you an author? So Gold MM and Shane Bauer warring in the chat. Oh, this should be a goal. Jeez, Suarez, how much touch you need before you release the shot, man? It's really positionless football, every man move. Yeah, man. It's a joy, man. It's a joy. As somebody like me who love watch tactics, bro, that game was incredible because literally Arteta didn't have an answer for in the first 20-25 minutes. Like, we could not play through their press. We could not do any of the things we wanted to do. And I see him tweak one thing that helped us break their press and helped us break their press and also helped us press them. I just feel like Rice in the 6, man. So different from when it's Jorginho or Partey. And I think Marino's like physicality as a striker, even though he isn't one, was missing. Even though I don't think Trossard like played bad, but I just feel like at times we missed Marino, especially in the press. I don't think Trossard quite presses and understands the way we press as good as Marino and Havertz. And I think by extension, like Odegaard wasn't as effective pressing yesterday because he didn't have that other person up top that really, I think, understand the philosophy a bit better. So yeah, we had some things going against us. And as I said, we need to play better no matter what kind of team we put out or what kind of tactics we put out. Individually, we just have to play better. On the ball, have to have better technique, less loose touch, less bad pass, all those things. So Shane thinks that Vancouver will continue to apply the pressure and score more goals. Shane, I think Vancouver completely happy if this game done 2-1, just like this. I'm not saying that they can't score more goals, but they don't care. Right now, they don't give a damn about goals. Oh, yeah, man. Very, very tough. Very, very tough. We're going to have to basically play a flawless game. Wow. As I said, I don't care about goals, but if you're gonna give me one, I'll take it. Intercepted. Ahmed has been so good in this one. Rios, shot blocked. Drops down to Berhalter on his left, and it's deflected into the goal by Luhan. 3-1 now in favor of Vancouver. So another player that we said to look out for. I didn't mention him in my 3, but we knew he was on form. He scored now in his last 3 games for the club. That is Sebastian Berhalter. I'll need to verify this, but I think he'll be a big, big miss in the final, though, if they do get through, which looks like they will at this point. Don't see Inter Miami scoring 5 goals before this game is done. So I'll have to confirm, people, if a yellow in each of the semis would mean that you're out of the final. Based on his reaction after getting the yellow, I really do think. But yeah, but I think I saw him tweak something in the game that did cause some issues to their play. They weren't so easily just passing out. If you notice, they started to try to go a little more direct, and like earlier that was working too because no one was really picking up Dembele when he dropped shot, when he dropped deep. But then eventually he just told the defenders, don't stay on the line, just follow him. And that tactic worked for a little bit. I mean, it was kind of dangerous, but luckily, Skelly and Timber for the most part never get skinned. Apart from the couple times they did get some opportunities in the first half. It really wasn't much over on Skelly's side though. To be honest, I thought he played excellent. Timber was struggling though with Fire Skelly. He was having a warm time. But yeah, Berhalter going to be a big miss for your Shane Bauer if he's out for the final though. He's very, very important to this team. Greg's son. You did say it though. You did say it. No, goal. Here's the problem. Away goals is a thing in this Concacaf tournament, so they need to win by 3 goals. So they need 5 goals, Bridging. Oh my gosh, Jaden Nelson trying to score the goal of the season. We say all in the news, them a call for the kitchen sink, What a ball. Inter Miami, can you save face at all today? Not like that. Allende. Oh, that deserved to score. Jeez, what a strike from Tadeo there. Allende from outside the box, lined it up. And the keeper was definitely beaten. It flies off the post and goes out for a throw. What a strike there. He just said, you know what, let me just hit this one. And boy, did he hit that. That deserved a goal. We say 4-1 or 5-1. All right. But that's what the Oracle said. Yeah, everybody struggled with that guy. That is true. Yeah, that's not a knock on Timber. Yeah, I'm glad you point that out. Because I thought, for as bad as he started out, he definitely did better after that. I don't think Farah was as influential in the second half as he was in the first. He got away a few times. Love balls. Ali Ahmed show up tonight, people. I was worried after his first leg what was wrong. But the man played much better tonight. Cello have a nice cross, Ahmed again putting in the work. Poor from Adecook Bedo. PSG number 7 play like Doku in dribbling, but final ball way better to me. Yeah. I mean, it just goes to show like the mentality of the two clubs. In January, PSG was like, all right, we have a good team. Them even have Kang In Lee, who was having a good season before that. But the coach said, yo, we need something else. And how much money did they spend to get him? Like 65 million, 70 million? I mean, he's worth every penny, bro. That guy's a weight name. That guy's a 100 million player easily. I mean, yes, he did have Osimhen in him team too, but remember, say man win with Napoli for the first time since Maradona time, win the Serie A, and it was crucial to that. So yeah, I mean, he was available in January, and PSG put up the money and say, "Yo, go forward." And look at the difference in them teams since him come. 70 million euros, bro. Arsenal needed attackers. Why we couldn't get Faris Kelly right there in January? Yesterday, the man named Boss. Saka Boss. Martinelli Boss. Everybody will start Boss. And we have no subs. Well, we have subs, but we don't want to see them. So that's the difference in the mentality of the clubs. Like, how could we have the situation injury-wise we have in January and let the whole month pass and don't do nothing about it? That's like criminal. And I know, like, about a month ago, I conceded the title to Liverpool, but to be honest, it's really from January I was conceding it in my brain because we didn't do anything to try to improve the team. Yeah, the ball not bouncing their way. And I think Vancouver determined and defensively, like, look when them get in the box and them have a chance to shoot, how much money see come and get in front of the ball, slide, foul, anything. So wait, Vancouver in the FIFA thing? Them in the FIFA Club World Cup thing? Can you keep on and say them going to win FIFA? Are they in it? I don't think they're in it. Or maybe they are, because I think the Canadian champion in it, you know. I think. Let's see. Vancouver 98. Club Leon withdrew from the tournament. What? Why did they do that? Messi. Ooh, that's inches past the post from Messi. Looks like they will be leaving in the semi-final stage. Blackman, I said it would be key that he kept his head tonight, and he has. Haven't seen him get caught up in any kind of foolishness tonight. So good work from him. Alba. Miami need 5 goals in the last 10 minutes plus injury time here. Not really a realistic task, but they will keep trying. Alba looking to whip one into the box. He does. Good shape on that one. This will go out for a corner. Was looking for a bando there on that one. Alba is played short. Whipped into the box. Appeals for a handball, but not given. And looks like is that a foul? Not sure what the call is there. Well, we're not sure if it's going to be the Tigers yet. It could be the Blue people. It could be the Blue people. It's Tigres Cruz Azul tomorrow night. Right? I don't know. I might do that one, you know. It's a little late, but I might do it still. Definitely going to do a show tomorrow. Jamaican football need a talk, you know. Some madness going on over so, and we're going to discuss it tomorrow. So look out for a reasoning time episode tomorrow, people. JPL final weekend, playoffs coming up. Got some mad news from yesterday. Getting more news as the minutes go by. Getting things to my phone by the minute about this whole situation. Heard the Maverick and sports commentary tonight discussed it as well. So we'll find that footage and talk about it. So a lot going on right now. Never a dull moment in the Jamaican landscape where football is concerned. It's a FIFA get nervous. Shane said Vancouver to the world. Ali Ahmed killing people again. Oh, couldn't find the cross to Nelson this time though. But Ali Ahmed has been a constant threat on that left side tonight. Night and day performances. In the first leg, he was so quiet, not up to it. Just nothing was really coming out for him at all. In this game, it's been the opposite. Everything he has done has worked out. Blackman getting subbed off and getting the acclaim from the coach. Also, the fans appreciating his performance. Over the 2 legs, Blackman has been really solid. Halbouni comes on for him, the Algerian. Actually, he's not Algerian, he's Syrian. Wanted to make that distinction there, people. Kramaski, weak effort in the end. Inter fans hitting the exits at this point. Messi looking dejected, knowing it's over. Shane having a conversation, trying to convince everyone here to fall in love with the Vancouver team. Messi falls there. The Frenchman Ngando is fouled. So a dominant display in the end by Vancouver, 5-1 on aggregate. Not the result that the Inter Miami faithful would have wanted to see. And not the result that a lot of the people that tuned in tonight thought would happen either. I'm going to close the poll now. We've had about 40 votes. And it's looking like 70% of the voting public. So Shane, I don't know why all these people voted against your team, my bro. It was not a smart move. Substitute Halbouni there with a deemed to have fouled Obando challenging for the ball. I was going to say good bravery from Obando, but he really didn't know much about it. Oh, this is Messi territory. Too bad I don't think this goal can... I don't think this goal can really factor anything into the result. But he's going to attempt it here. Messi. And that's right at the goalkeeper. Not enough power there. Just never really happened for Messi over these two legs, must be said. No goals, no assists over these two games. And it's just been clear that Vancouver is just in a much better moment currently as a team. Definitely in sync, and the players you would expect to step up have really stepped up. If it's even just for one of the two games, they've gotten something out of their big players for the most part. Here's Messi. Somehow they're free on goal, and no confidence for Martinez there. He had the entire left side. And he's trying to play it inside. And now they call offside on Martinez before. Veselinovic upset, saying that there were two fouls in the build-up to that chance, but the ref did not deem so. And he's onside. I don't know why the ref is putting up his flag. Oh, man. Messi was upset the ball wasn't to him, but the ball shouldn't have been to either. You need to drive and try to score there. Handball ref. Yeah, man. Vancouver. Jesper Sorensen on the sideline. Still coaching up the team. Kramaski does well to keep possession. Here's Cello. Kramaski again. Martinez. Kramaski. Good ball. Oh, that's good football from Miami. Into the box now. Kramaski, can he whip it in? Suarez couldn't get a definitive touch on it. Ahmed does well to keep possession in the corner there. And no foul. Well won by Inter. Cello to the back post. Good layoff to Messi. And that's on the side. Netting from Messi. And like I was saying, in these two ties, just nothing going his way. That was a trademark left-footed shot running into the box, curling to the post, but it's around the wrong side of the post. Keeper would have struggled to keep that out. What's the problem? Oh, the ref blow off the match? Wow, that's it, people. The ref has blown the final whistle. So 3-1, this one ends, people. Inter Miami is out. And into the finals, Vancouver Whitecaps. They will represent the MLS in the Concacaf Champions Cup final. And they await the winner of tomorrow night's second leg between Cruz Azul and Tigres. That should be another very good encounter tomorrow night. That one going into the second leg 1-1. Cruz Azul with the away goal from the first leg. So they will host the return leg. And that game is well poised to see who will face Vancouver Whitecaps, who triumph over Inter Miami 5-1 on aggregate. Definitely laying down a marker that they're a team to beat in this competition. All right, so let's just take one look at the statistics. Nino Vela said Messi is a flop. For real, Nino? Cha. You win 500? Drop a super chat then, no? Since you win so much money. Share with the host of the show. All right, so we have the stats on screen here, people. So 58% in favor to Miami. Both teams had one big chance, 16 shots to 10. 5 saves made from Takaoka tonight, and the one goal, it must be said that Miami scored really was a goalkeeping error. They shouldn't have even scored that goal. Shots on target, 6 apiece. Both teams hit the woodwork once. Touches in the penalty area, Miami had 8 more. Final third entries, Vancouver had 9 more, 52 to 43. And duels slightly in favor of Miami for the day. But Vancouver, I thought, good value over both legs to get through the tie. Thought they were the more dangerous looking team when they attacked. Thought they had a little bit better balance as well in terms of the team shape throughout the 2 legs. And I think that midfield trio of Kubas, Berhalter, and Vite outplayed Redondo, Busquets, and Segovia over the 2 legs. So that really was a big difference as well. And Brian White being more threatening and effective than Luis Suarez over the 2 legs must be said as well. So all in all, I think Vancouver deserved it. They had the fresher team. They had the team that's in better form. And I think even towards the end of the game, it looks like their options off the bench did more to influence the game than the ones that Inter Miami would have used. More so in the first leg. I thought the guys that came on in the first leg did a really good job. The likes of Sabi, the likes of Jaden Nelson when he came on in the first leg, I thought was really good as well. Priso did well in midfield in the first game. So, I don't think you saw that same impact. Tonight, Inter Miami subs were a little bit better. I think Kramaski did something in the game. Yannick Bright was effective. Martinez did a few things well. But all in all, not good enough from Inter Miami. And I think if we're being honest to ourselves, the better team that probably deserve to make it to the final is going to be in the final. So Vancouver Whitecaps can put their feet up now as far as this competition is concerned and watch and see which Liga MX team they will face in the final coming up shortly. So we will keep track of everything, people. Like I said, tomorrow night's game, Cruz Azul and Tigres, it's up in the air whether I'll do a live stream for that. It's a little bit late. I know I have a pretty early morning Friday, so just depends on how I feel tomorrow night if we'll make it all the way to streaming that game. But definitely all my Jamaican fans in terms of the football followers of Jamaica's football, you guys can definitely look out for a Reasoning Time episode tomorrow, where normally and as well as tomorrow it will be solely focusing on news that's happening in Jamaica as far as the Jamaican football landscape is concerned. So we will be definitely discussing the latest when it comes on to the JPL and the end of the season, hearing that a team could very well be docked points if they are ruled to have used some ineligible players for, I think, what amounts to 5 games in total. So that would mean that their 5 opponents would get 3-0 victories. So we have to relook at the table and see how that affects the relegation battle. Does that mean that that team in question, who currently, from what I understand, is league leaders Mount Pleasant, if they were to lose those 15 points, that would put them in danger of not getting an automatic qualifying spot, as if Arnett and Mobe were to win in the final week, they would surpass them based on the points that they would drop to. So a lot to be broken down and understood before we can come out tomorrow with the content, but we are going to do the research tonight, try to talk to some people that are more aware of the situation, so we can try to have a discussion tomorrow about all the inner workings and what's happening. I think it's another stain on the running of the league and how it is run. There's a reason why all around the world it's very rare to hear that players are used ineligibly in any of these reputable leagues, because the league would have done their checks and balances beforehand. To me, it always seems too much like we want to have aha moments with the clubs to say, oh, you break the rules and this is your fine or this is your punishment. But I feel like in this instance, it would be way more effective to have a more preventative stance. So we'll talk about that tomorrow and ways we can maybe get away from this system of, we got you, we caught you. That shouldn't really be the goal. The goal should be to work through things to where there isn't that got you moment. We're catching it before the players are even touching the pitch. People keep underestimating this Vancouver team. They are leading MLS. Yeah, man. Vancouver has been on fire. They haven't lost all of April. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. Some plug in like lamp, brother. I mean, I might not be able to be there in the flesh, but I think a big misconception, JPL fan, is that us in the diaspora either don't have ways to get the information or don't care enough to get the information. But that's just not true. I've heard so many times people say, yo, how can you even try to talk about things when you're not there? So I'm like, bro, I mean, well, first of all, we're in an age where you can get a lot of info fast. You're also in an age where you can get footage fast. And it's not like we're so far removed where we don't have people still there that we can call and talk to. So, yeah, if I really seek out information in Jamaica, I can find it. It's not that difficult. And of course, since I've been making content, it's been easier because people reach out to me. So yeah, it's becoming progressively easier to stay in tune. And I always thank guys like you, JPL fan, Unseen Sports, BAM Sports, MG, Knockins, Info Media, all of you guys that cover the JPL at all. Very, very helpful for someone like me, who likes to analyze and talk about things. Very hard to analyze something if you haven't watched it or seen it or know anything about it besides what people tell you. So the added footage and the added coverage and the added reviews and previews, and yeah, man, it definitely helps you to stay abreast of what's going on. You know what I mean? So big up to all you guys again. We not stop preaching. JPL fan, check him out. Very, very thorough breakdowns of the week, previews and reviews. I really like watching his programs. Try to implement some nice facts in there about the players and all that stuff. So somebody that you can tell care about the craft and just want to be another resource for the players to get more visible. So yeah, big up for all your efforts. Yes, people. But anyway, that's it. Another great live match. Vancouver has knocked down the GOAT tonight, curried him up nicely. So they are out of the competition, people. So the GOATs of this generation lose in their respective regions Champions Leagues today. As I said earlier, Al Nassr fell out to Japanese side Yokohama today. And tonight, Lionel Messi falls to fellow MLS team Vancouver Whitecaps 5-1 on aggregate and 3-1 tonight in Messi's home stadium. So not the best two-leg tie for Messi to look back on, but they fall short at the semi-final hurdle. Vancouver, congrats. See you in the final, and a Liga MX opponent awaits after Cruz Azul hosts Tigres tomorrow, with that game going in 1-1. Cruz Azul with the crucial away goal in the first leg. So people, not sure if we'll be doing that, but definitely look out tomorrow for some content. As I said, we're going to be on the phone, on the email, on the WhatsApp all night into tomorrow, trying to make sure we can get the most information so that we can bring you guys a show and talk about something from a perspective of knowledge. All right. Definitely look out. I will try to make the thumbnail sometime in the morning and try to set a time. That way you guys can kind of see it as you browse the internet throughout the day. And just be sure if you see it early, people, just click on it, drop a like. It does help with the algorithm. Also helps with the notifications when I do hit that live button, that they will go out to each and every one of the subscribers. All right, people. So big up and thanks again for the support. I have not checked the likes in a long time. Let's see. All right, cool. I was hoping we could get to like 40, 50 likes, but we're over the 25. So we'll take that, people. We're really thankful for that. You know, I know a lot of times on these streams, whenever it's a messy game and he's on the picture, people just click on it and leave. So we know those people might not all hit the like button. But people, again, every little thing counts, so I really do appreciate it. I enjoy bringing you this content. I love talking about the football, if you haven't noticed, and we will keep on bringing it to you this way in the future as well. So people, all my Jamaican Space fans, you don't know, tomorrow we'll be running out with a show talking about players, talking about situations going on in Jamaica currently with the football. I think it's going to be heavy on this whole topic about the JPL and potential points, dockings, and all of these things. All right, so yes, we're going in our reporter bag, you know, we're going in our investigative bag, and tomorrow we'll forward out with our findings. All right, people. So big up on yourself. Thanks so much for the support. And at the end of all of these streams, whether it's a live match, a reasoning time, a preview, review show, EPL content, Gooner content, we always leave with this. I am Jason Gooner. This is Jason Gooner TV. And until next time, big up on yourself, people. Thanks for the support.